Hello! Oh, hold
Greetings.
on. Wait, hold on. I didn't have the fake mic in frame, but this can all stay in. Okay. Hello! And welcome back to the DOLECAST. It's us. I can't see Aaron right now, actually, but I think he can see me.
No,
Can
I
you?
can't. No.
Okay, brilliant stuff. It's just audio, but you can see us.
Yeah.
One's here and one's here.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Stellar stuff.
Isn't it?
It's taken its while to get here, like.
Oh,
I mean,
it's been about half an hour of us
I'm
tweaking.
surprised. Is there anything? Do you know what? I meant to clean my bed, but I don't think I actually did. Do you know what? Anything that's on it will just throw off. Well, there's an Xbox controller, but that doesn't really matter.
Lovely. I mean, folks,
yeah,
we've
been a hot minute. So
out here. Welcome to Snapchat. Brilliant, folks. We've got a juicy episode for you.
How?
Because we have so much good questions, unreal things to talk about, conspiracy theories, and first off, what was that thing I was gonna? You told me to write it down.
Did you write it down?
I wrote down talk about the thing, but I'd forgotten.
That has to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Talk about the thing. Why wouldn't you just write it down? It's not like I have.
That's what it was.
Notes.
That's
Okay,
what it
there you
was. Here's what happened. We had initially planned to do this podcast before 5 o'clock, and then we went, hey, we'll do it after 5. Then it came, and then Dad had made this
It's 9
glass
o'clock
lemon.
now.
What'd you say?
That's 9 o'clock now, just for anyone.
Holy smokes. Right, flip's sake, it's taking its time, it truly has.
Yeah.
It's now 9 o'clock, but Dad had made a lemon and lime cheesecake, and I had taken it
I
up.
don't like cheesecake, to be honest.
Do you not?
No, I'd take actually I had brownies. That's what I had. I'd take brownies or I'd take chocolate cake. Wouldn't take cheesecake, me, no.
Cheesecake, I'm usually not a big cheesecake guy, but whatever he did with that, I don't know what
He put
secret
some
ingredient he
cheese
put
in
in. It's actually, yeah, there actually is cheese in it, which is not the best. But I just
Is that
don't
not the
think
whole
about
reason it's called cheesecake, Chief?
I've just snapped something. Oh yes,
Snap.
the mic. But hey, it's all good.
Absolutely brilliant.
It's just
stuff.
the spring, but that'll be a funny moment. That this will go down in podcast history as the best thing ever. And Dad made an unreal cheesecake, and I'd taken a slice up to eat live on the DOLECAST, and then you were like, "I'll be 30 minutes," and I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna have this cheesecake sitting here for 30 minutes." And then I ate it, and it was gonna be a really nice thing because the video podcast I was just gonna hold the cheesecake up to the camera. But then instead, have you ever heard the song It's Time by Imagine Dragons?
No.
It's time to get in. Na, 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 I get a
Probably.
It was on TikTok.
Or Imagine
wasn't it?
Dragons not the band that like they put out music and everyone overplays it and then
Yep.
like 5 years later they hate them.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
But this one is a true banger. And
It's a real banner for you.
I had the cheesecake, and I was playing it. I heard it on TikTok. And I was like, oh, I forgot that song exists. I'm gonna add that to my Spotify playlist, and I added it to the playlist, and it started playing, and I really just wanted to record something. And I was like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Turned the camera on and just started jamming, like it looked like there was something wrong with me. I was screaming cheesecake at the top of my lungs, jamming to Imagine Dragons, dancing. And when I hit 1,000 subs, I'll release that video. And
I
my
was gonna
goodness.
say we could put it over now if you want.
Oh, we could, but it's extremely embarrassing. It's me with a lightsaber, swinging about going.
Not like you haven't done anything embarrassing ever.
No, not at all. But yeah, that was my little glory story at the start of the podcast. But we've got some juicy topics for you today, folks. Big time.
Yeah. Well, do you want to dive in? Wait, can I talk about? Do you know what? I don't even know if it's talkable is not a word, but you know what I mean. I don't know if it's talkable. Is talkable a word? Let's talk about that.
I think talk.
Talkable.
Right.
All right. Let's look it
Yeah,
up.
I think
Folks.
it's a word.
Urban Dictionary admit. Talkable.
Is it a word?
Is it a word?
Do you know what I want to flip and talk about?
Talkable's an adjective. Okay.
Little Smith.
It just doesn't. It doesn't sound like talkable would be a word though.
See, I could grab. I'm just sorry. I'm getting distracted. Don't take that out of context. But do you know what I'd love to talk about only for a few minutes because we've got a lot of topics today. I want to talk about Smicks, and I said in the last solo podcast I did that I would talk about smick mentality in this one. We're not going to spend too long at all on this because I don't actually have much to say. But I went out for a cycle last week and went up the local dam, which I actually only discovered that the place I live has a dam.
I had no clue. I'd lived there.
Neither did I. And it's genuinely class, and it'd be unreal to do a video up there, throwing quality memer in or something. But yeah, I'm sure he'd love it. Do you know what would be a cracker video? We sneak into his house late at night. We get permission from his mum. Sneak into his house late at night, lift him off the bed, bring him out to the dam, and just
There's
throw him in.
no way though that he doesn't wake up.
Oh, well, that's the thing. We slip something into his drink before he goes to bed.
That's highly illegal.
It's gone
That's
sinister.
Very highly illegal.
Hey, oh, it's gone sinister. And
you basically want to drug.
Basically, for the content. But I was on my bike.
The thing is that what you could kidnap him and we could wear balaclavas and stuff, and that would be funny.
And he would, yeah.
But I don't think you can drug the kid.
I'll take it. He could take it. I reckon just a mild dose.
You're gonna leave him like genuinely scarred for the rest of his life.
But it'll be good content. It might get 280 views. So.
Oh, cracker, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I've got
it was worth it then. Sorry.
But basically, I cycled up this dam, and I'd never been. I got the Google Map out my phone. Was cycling up. I was like, yeah, come on, let's get this. Cycled up, and there's you know the way we're meant to be social distancing and all that jazz. Yeah. Walked in. All these boys are my age, slightly older. No, slightly younger. Big mixed bag. Up at this dam, they're all smicks, like, and they've all got bikes, and they're all just, posting this big dam and their, Snapchat stories. NRS heads away, heads in the shed, cooked like a cream cake. And I just made that last bit up. And,
I was about to say, no one has ever said that.
Yeah, you can probably tell that no one said heads in the shed, cooked like a cream cake. What even is a cream cake?
Heads in the shed. Such a
NRS, sorry.
NRS,
heads in the shed, and I'm cooked like a cream cake.
No, you don't even need to cook on the cream cake part. Just heads in the shed. That's good.
Heads in the oven, burning.
No,
burnt it. And but basically these boys were all up here, and the way you can do like a slick 180. That wasn't what I did. I was just sort of like, and I just sort of, when you twist a bike handle round too far,
and it goes up, and then you
go on to the other side, so you just make an even bigger mug out of yourself. So I then twisted it so far around that it turned the other way. I was like, hey.
How were you that desperate to get out that you did that?
Because it's the boys that don't like me, the boys that don't respect this podcast with the endless amount of the grind. And they know who I am. And then I started getting...
Was that not your bio at one point?
What'd you say?
Was your bio on Instagram not you know who I am at one point? Yeah.
And anyway. These boys were like, oi, cooking on the door. I would have actually preferred it if they called me the doorman, but hey.
Did they actually shout like cooking on the door?
Oh, it's cooking on the door. And I was like, hey, it was just me, but I was like, hey, we need to get out of here right now. I
would have just been like, well, lads, what's up?
No, but it wasn't that funny. Kicking the door, it was more like, hey, you're an absolute header, and we're going to hit you if you don't leave in 2 minutes. And part of me, the mother goose in me wanted to turn around and be like, hey, you guys shouldn't be out right now. Get indoors, you haters. But that's probably not, it would have resulted with me probably stripped naked and thrown in the dam. So I just decided, hey, we'll just take the slagging, we'll turn around, and we'll just get ourselves out of there. And I did that, and I was thinking, yeah, this was a mistake. This was a massive mistake. And I got home, and I really wanted to express myself on social media, and then I just thought, no. But I tell you one thing, I don't care what the situation is anymore. If you're outside, and Big Bojo has told you not to, stay indoors, It's not that, do you not think that we want to be out doing the podcast together at the table?
Well, this is good for me, because I don't have to see you or be near you.
But,
anyway.
Yeah, no, I really hate that, It's just like, the rules don't apply to us, and here, heads away.
The people that I don't like is just the people that think that they're not going to get it.
Yeah, and genuinely, you can quote me on this one. Put this one on a big stinky T-shirt. I hope you all get the Rona. Every single one of you. Hope it slaps you across the bake and then, takes your socks off and plays with your feet. Because genuinely, I hate that. And I'd love to do a complete full YouTube video mocking Smick mentality. But it would probably result in me end up in the meter. So,
No,
that
it
would be
would be
because
the
people would
be
come
the
after me.
morgue. You know the morgue.
The more,
shit.
yeah, it would, gravestone like, But yeah, no, I just want to get that out of the way because flip me do I hate Smicks with a passion. Like I just hate the guts of them. Yeah, cooked like a cream cake.
True or false? You said this. Freeze your head and your teeth in the fridge.
False.
True. Christmas special. I just remembered that.
Did I say that?
It has to be the Christmas special. You're like, I hate you so much. You know what? I'm gonna get you the 1-2 night. Freeze your teeth in your head in the fridge.
Free. Oh, I know why I said what I
Yeah.
said. I know.
I cut that.
One of those memes.
I was never gonna include the part before that, so I cut that part out. But it's very funny out of context.
Freeze your teeth in your head in the fridge.
Give you the
But
1-2
yeah,
night.
that's what Ted
Anyway.
Bundy said to his victims. Freeze your teeth in your head in the fridge. Hey,
I don't
hey.
think he said much. I think he just killed them.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, hey, sort of links in nicely to what we're talking about today. Not that
really.
he's a conspiracy at all, because we all know.
Oh, did he kill them, folks? We'll never know. We'll never know.
We found the bodies, but innocent until proven
We
guilty.
found the coping saw.
Yeah.
Wonder if he done it.
Flip me, like.
A mystery. Do you know what? I've talked about O.J. Simpson in this podcast.
Oh, I know you have.
But if there's ever a bigger absolute, are you serious, in the American justice system, it's O.J. Simpson. And how he got out. Anyway, go because it starts speaking, otherwise I'll go off on a tangent about it.
Well, basically, do you want to touch on the Minecraft stuff?
The way I have this written out is the Minecraft things first.
What did you say?
What were we saying? Because the way I have this topics laid out, I have the Minecraft realm first, if you want.
Go
You've
for
already
it.
talked about it a wee bit, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm going to let you take the rein on this one, because I already talked about it in the pseudo podcast, which is...
Did you talk about what it
podcast
is
before this.
and, what we're doing?
Yeah, go for it.
I didn't listen to the other one.
Nice.
If I'm not on it, there's no point. That's my
I think I just talked about how the peace treaty and what happened, but I don't think I dove...
Did you talk about, what was actually said at the peace treaty and, what happened and stuff?
No, I didn't. I also
we'll
didn't talk about
that, then.
why...
The lead up to it and the...
Yeah, I didn't really talk about why this was such a big
do you want to
deal.
just completely talk about that, then?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so, folks, Minecraft, you know what, you love it. And if you don't love it and you don't know it, then... Basically, we had a
That one on a t-shirt. You know what? You love it, and if you don't know it, or if you don't love it, you don't know it.
It just doesn't end anyway. We're on a realm which with Jammy James Gaming, who's the would you say a friend of the podcast?
No.
He has been here. He has been here. That's how I describe him. Anyway.
Jammy James was on 9 episodes. 9 episodes.
No, 8 episodes ago.
This is 11, isn't it?
9 episodes ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep
This
going.
is episode 11. That's
Mad stuff. Nearly at 100.
Need to stop soon, yeah. Anyway, so basically we're on a realm with Jammy James. He's created a realm with would you say there's about 20 people on the realm?
Yeah, probably about that.
There's the people ranging from that he's never spoke to, like our friend Ryan, who was on Bonus Cook, have you said, to some Americans that we've no idea. They're dead on, but we've no idea who they are. So it ranges from...
I'd love to know how he meets these people and how he becomes good friends with these people. I'd really love to know.
That's for him to answer.
That's a conspiracy theory in itself.
In itself, we'll move, yeah. So we're all on a world with James and his mates and our mates. There's 3 main factions or groups of people that stay together. There's me, Ryan, and Daniel. Quality Memer was trying to get on, and still to this day, James is still sending him invite, but it's not working. So there's three of us in one faction. There is a group we can't say who they're called, otherwise it's demonetization. But basically just
The guy,
you know,
no, what I used last podcast was describe them. The name originated from Germany, and it
Germany
rhymes with
19
crapsy. It rhymes with crapsy.
Yeah. The Crapsies. Seriously? Alright. You couldn't have think of anything. Yeah, okay. You could have called them the Taxis.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The Tatsies. The
Basically
Matsies.
anything
And
better
you know
than
what we
Crapsies.
mean. You know what we mean. Alright. But they called themselves that. They had this big, massive base. And very impressive. But one day, we were playing. We had this. We were making this little house for ourselves. I don't think we ever planned on it to be our final house, but as a starter house, we were happy with it. We leave for genuinely about 5 days, and we come back on to find that our house has been destroyed and everything around it, like our farms and stuff.
Cool.
And it turned out that Daniel was framed. People had been putting signs down saying that Daniel was stealing items, but it wasn't Daniel at all because we weren't on for 5 days. But they didn't care, so they destroyed our whole house. So me and Daniel came back with a raging fire of lava. We burnt down their entire house, all their items and everything in it. I think you'll still... I'm not linking the stream. It's twitch.tv/JammyJamesGaming if you want to go find it.
I'm
that's
not
up to
linking
you.
it.
No,
It's
I'm not.
Twitch TV.
I'm not putting the link in the description because that's a waste of
Yeah.
my
Oh
time.
no, I wouldn't. That's
No, but look, it's just James's Twitch.
He's actually
Yeah,
asked a few questions, but we'll get to
James
that.
has.
Yeah.
He's a lad. Anyway, so we go on to destroy their house. You can probably still find the archive of the stream. It's pretty funny because they was just so annoyed. They're so annoyed.
Yeah.
See, and then James reset the server to 2 hours ago when we hadn't have done that. You wouldn't have done it. You wouldn't have done that when our house got destroyed. No.
Oh yeah. No,
But,
like I think what happens is James is a bit up their bum,
And vice versa.
you know. So he's just taken a bungee cord, stretched it open, climbed inside there.
Right. So basically, so me and Daniel we got banned for a day because of that. James eventually just said that he liked the content and it was good content, and I was like, all right. So we came
As
back.
if he didn't cry himself to sleep.
We came back on, literally a day after we got banned. There was diamonds handed out, and there was originally a peace offering, but it wasn't a treaty. It was more like a ceasefire.
It was
Offered.
postponing the real war.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was.
There was more of a ceasefire offered. We said we'd take this, lads, and then we moved house very, 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 very far away. And to be honest, I think the whole situation worked out in our favour. I feel like if we were still stuck at our first house, we would nowhere near.
And
base.
same to them, to be honest. I think they're
Yeah, they
what
moved
they have
to
now is
obviously
better.
their base eventually got destroyed. I don't know who destroyed it, but and it genuinely wasn't us. But I've no idea what happened. Well, I'm gonna move on in case Daniel smiles or something. So
no, I've let out a big grin.
oh dear.
Yeah, no, I completely blew that place to smithereens.
Did
Remember
you?
that time I told you I was like, oh, I'm just visiting the old house? Yeah.
It doesn't matter because there's a peace treaty signed now, so
Exactly.
that's in the
Can't do
past.
anything about it now.
Basically, we moved on, and there was more tensions between the two of them because then the taxis blew up James's base, and then there was just full on conflict.
The
I have to call
taxis?
them that because I'm not getting demonetized, or I'm not gonna have me saying that word and people using it out of context in the future.
Oh, people
so-
would have a field day. People would
Oh
have
yeah. As if our careers aren't ended because of doing this anyway.
Yeah.
But we'll say nothing. Anyway, we move on, and one day we go to their base, and I'll be honest, Daniel was he had brought so much TNT, he was rigging the place. The place, if me and Ryan had not had a peaceful approach, Daniel was rigging the place, and you said that to me halfway through it. You were like,
Yeah.
if this all
I've got
goes
so
sour,
much TNT on me.
had so much TNT. So we move on. We had a nice peaceful conversation, and then apparently they went into a party for 45 minutes and discussed going to peace with us. Okay, sorry for that cut. It wouldn't be this
Yeah,
podcast if there wasn't a
what
cut.
cut, bro?
Oh yeah, because that's gonna look natural.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but
so
continue.
basically, I was saying we all just. Long story short, we all came to an agreement we should go to peace. We go to James's faction, and needless to say, he is not happy. He is not happy in the slightest.
Oh no! So someone had twisted his knickers genuinely. He wasn't pleased.
War was gonna break out
Someone had given a wee wedge.
if something didn't happen. We genuinely spent about an hour and a half at his base, didn't we? I'd say it was.
Yeah.
It was long enough. James was not happy. He threatened to just kick us all from the server and invite new people. And
I talked about this in the last podcast, I think, but it was like, there was one stage he didn't agree with anything, and I took my bow out and I aimed it at him. I wasn't gonna fire.
I was there just about to say this.
And then you typed, I just got a notification on Discord, it was you just going, put the bow down right now, put it down right now before you call something.
Mm-hmm. If you had fired and had hit anyone, that would have been over. The whole thing, the whole operation would have been over. And that's the reality of it, you know.
Harsh reality.
It's funny though. Anyway, yeah, we all came to a peace treaty. We have each faction has a copy. And it's been very good ever since we've all been together. I don't think there's the only people that have killed each other. It's been their own factions as a bit of crack. So yeah.
Basically.
Minecraft's literally been getting me through this quarantine. I genuinely did nothing else apart from play Minecraft.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty good. Some people are like, oh, this quarantine gag's probably the worst.
Quarantine gag, mate.
Yeah.
LRS don't even know how long I can take S for.
Yeah.
Fam is doing S scorning.
Yeah,
I
think we're all just over here playing Minecraft. That's genuinely, if you get everyone in the world on Minecraft, tell them to stay in for 4 months, you'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Genuinely be sweet. Anyway, that's the Minecraft section.
What time we're at? We're at 24 minutes.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few questions. Do you want to go for the conspiracy theory? Or do you
mate, we can go for like an hour and a half of this podcast. I'm not admit, I'm not.
Wow! That was so high-pitched.
Yeah, that cut out because of how loud mine was.
Nice.
Right, do you want to kick off the conspiracy then?
Yeah, I know you know more about this than I do, but I watched a video, it must have been a couple of years ago, on the Malaysia flight that went down.
Yeah,
I think this year is the 6th anniversary of it going down. But was it over the Bermuda Triangle? No. Oh, this is conspiracy theories now. We're doing a conspiracy theory episode. But yeah, was it over the Bermuda Triangle?
No. It was Malaysia. It was just the Malaysia Sea, or the It's just no matter. Do you know what? I'll look up the flight plan again because I know the flight plan, but I want to see it. What?
Classic Malaysians, you know.
What are you on about?
Classic Malaysians.
Okay, mate. No. I'll bring up the flight plan on screen for people. It's the Indian Ocean. That's what it is. So do you want to explain what it is, or do you want me to do it?
To be honest, I've completely forgotten. But isn't it like the flight just disappeared without a trace or something? Just poof?
That's partially it. Do you want me to tell you what I know?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Malaysia Flight 370 was a flight in March 2016, I believe. Does that say March 16? March 16. Anyway, I had to do a speech on this one once, but yeah, it was chartered to go from Malaysia to near Vietnam, because it's passing Vietnam nothing, but it wasn't Vietnam. Regardless, it never made it anywhere apart from the ocean. The flight was, I think they got about 40 minutes into the flight. Everything was going well, and you can look it up on YouTube. The last ever audio heard from that Malaysia flight. They say it's the watchtower at Malaysia airport checking in. They say, yeah, all things fine. Good night, and they say good night too because they were going to different time zones, so it would be whenever, Anyway, it disappears. I'm just reading it. Sorry. Yeah, so it disappears about 40 odd minutes into the flight. Then what happens is all communications were manually turned off on the flight. Manually. You know what I mean? So someone got up, more than likely out of the pilot's seat, went downstairs and manually turned off the the
Zoinks.
controls and the whatever. The black box was also turned off. Do you know what the black box is?
That's the thing that tracks it, isn't it?
No, the black box sort of leaves any SOS messages, or like people kept on leaking the black box, quote unquote, saying that aliens were coming and all that, and a load of rubbish. Anyway, the black box was manually turned off, which you need like a few keys for,
Yeah.
so that, and they have to be run by the pilot. So either the pilot or the co-pilot did that. So then the flight gets about 40 minutes in, it does a complete another U-turn and it heads all the way back over Malaysia, like the entire 40 minutes back over Malaysia, and it goes at like a right angle, and it goes, 45-degree angle, and it goes all the way over. So the flight left at 41 minutes past 12 midnight, and the last ever sighting of the flight was at 2:22 a.m. It turned around at around 20 past 1, and then an hour later it was missing. They tried to contact it, whatever. Basically, the plane just went until it ran out of fuel, and it went down into the ocean, and everyone on the plane died. There was so many conspiracies of what happened.
Did they find the wreckage?
They only found one part of the wreckage off the coast of Madagascar, and if you look up the map of where Malaysia is to Madagascar, very, 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 very far it had to float. Anyway, they found the right wing, a part of the right wing, and they were able to know what material and whatever, and they were with the number. It was definitely off Malaysia, but like the rest of the plane is gone. And people are like, people either think it was abducted by aliens. It's more than likely just too deep at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah. The thing is, though, they finished search parties I think a year or two ago, but they had full on years and years of just search parties, but no one could find anything.
See, that's it. Do you believe in aliens?
Oh yeah, big time. But I don't think aliens probed it. I'm just saying, it went down into the ocean, and it's just gone so far down. Because realistically, the Indian Ocean, it's pretty. Is the Indian Ocean home to the Mariana Trench, or is that the Mariana Trench?
Drop geography. But like
Western Pacific Ocean. Sorry, never mind. But it's
The scary part is there's no trace of it. It'd be different. It was like, the guy turned the black box off. It was terrorist or something. Plane went down.
That was one of the theories. Did you see that?
Yeah, but
there was two. This isn't me being whatever, but there was two men of I think it was Indian descent or whatever.
You can't beat that. No,
it was not me. Not me.
Mate.
And the reason they thought they were terrorists is because they had illegal passports. They had illegal passports, and they were moving to. I think they were moving to wherever it was. But it was found
to the bottom of the sea.
Okay, but they were they were no association to any terrorist group, so it definitely wasn't anything to do with that. I'm trying to remember specific because I haven't read about it in years, but I do remember. Oh, sorry, what's it?
Like, it's just no one knows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be something fair, that if it crashed and went down, 3+ years. This is its 6th anniversary at least, I think. Mm-hmm. So like, after 6 years, you would find more than it's a plane full of people. Like it doesn't just disappear.
I don't know, mate. You see, it gets to the point where the bottom of the ocean, you just haven't checked, Yeah. And here, dear knows where it is. If the only thing they found the right wing off the coast of Madagascar, where's the rest of the pieces, The thing is,
but that's the thing. Did it crash into the ocean then?
It crashed into the ocean. Look up the flight pattern. It crashed exactly into the ocean. A fisherman, who was on, I don't know where he was, mate, but he was fishing. Said he saw it going down, and it went down like a kite, as in it went down. You just think of a plane plummeting down.
Yeah.
Like, so say you put your hand out and your middle finger, the where your fingernail is the top of the plane. You go down. You get that sort of. That's how all planes go down. He said it went down like a kite, as in, so if you take your hand and almost salute. You know what I mean? I said it. We're gonna have to bleep it out. So and it went down like a kite, like this.
Oh, for flips!
Yeah, I only realised that.
Oh, I said it. Right, yeah.
Because it went.
So if
That's
I
the way I
do
can think of
some
it.
sort of symbol and I sort of...
Yeah, and it went down like that. So is it,
Yeah.
you know where your thumb and your pinky finger, they're the wings. It went down like you can watch me in the video podcast, I suppose you want, and sort of like just tore the wings off and went down like that. Almost like how the Hudson went down, except the Hudson actually survived. You know, and
Yeah.
and literally everyone was fine. Still to
That's the
this day
thing.
are.
That's the thing. You know? What's the difference between that and the Hudson? You know?
Oh well, the difference between this was planned suicide.
Really?
Yeah, big time. That has to be the only thing. It's a strange suicide. It's a very, very strange, but
As in, like, the pilots did it?
yeah, I was waiting to tell you this because I was wanted to hear what you said, what you
Wow.
thought. What did you think? What
I
it was?
thought... I think Aliens is a bit far-fetched, but I think...
People also people thought it was hacked. Can't do that. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
you can't... Hacked or not, if it went down, you would
No,
find it.
this isn't movies. You physically cannot hack a plane and then control it from your house or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it was the government, but there was no need. It's not like it was holding.
Yeah, you know,
Every
there's-
single passenger has been investigated at least 25 times each. There was,
that's the thing.
and
It doesn't just
bad as it sounds, there
disappear.
was no one of importance on that plane. As in, there was no high level targets. There was no whatever. It was just a plane
there's
full
no
of
reason.
civilians. There's no
Either-
reason for the government to have taken that plane down. People thought it was North Korean missiles. Completely
The
wrong.
black box thing's weird.
Oh no,
Someone
that's the thing of this is a big suicide. The
Pilots, the pilots.
it wasn't
like
the co-pilot. It was the captain.
That's mad.
I'll tell you why. If
But, like-
the equivalent of the, it was either the actual FBI or the Malaysian, because I think there was a few American people on it, which just gave the FBI the rights to raid the house. It was either the Malaysian version of the FBI, whatever, or the actual American FBI raided the pilot's house. And you know, pretty much all senior pilots have flight simulations at their house to, practice and whatever.
Yeah.
And they are very realistic. They found that he had like one very, very recent, like a day or two old or a week old or whatever, flight plan, which was not exactly, but like 90% accurate to the flight that the pattern that Malaysia Airlines took.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
Hey,
The thing
FBI
is, the
solved it
thing
for
was,
you.
yeah, I know. The thing is
There you
that
go.
he had a wife, he had kids, he was a happy family man. There was no reason for him to
Yeah, he
have
didn't
done
have
this. But that's and the thing is, like, people were wondering, like, was he doing it for, like, as in, were the people threatening his family and stuff, like, did they say you have to do this, or we're gonna kill your family? But I think all evidence points to it was a mass suicide by the captain.
That's mad.
A murder suicide, I think is what legally it's called, but it's still, because you'll never know. You will never know, and that's the mad part.
That is completely mad.
And I think even if you look up, you'll probably still have some news reporting on it now. Even through this whole
Let me see the
pandemic.
most recent thing on it
Even
that I
through this
looked
whole
up.
pandemic, you're still, and you go to news, you're still probably gonna find some stuff. 23rd of April, 31st of May, 31st of May. Person who sparked for playing on mass. Yeah, it's very, the whole thing is shrouded in mystery, but
Oh, look at this one.
what?
So this theory is called the parachute. One of the most imaginative... Have you heard this one?
No.
One of the most... I think this is a bit of bull, but one of the most imaginative stories during the rounds in recent weeks is that one of the pirates, Captain Zahari Ahmed
Yeah,
Shahab,
that's him.
parachuted out of the plane to meet his secret lover waiting on a boat. The theory was written about by journalist Ian Higgins in his book The Hunt for MH370, published last year. That would hold up.
Ian
The only
Higgins,
way...
mate.
Yeah,
That sounds like something Bond does in like
Yeah.
the 60s.
Let me just
You know?
take this plane. crash it in the middle of Madagascar and meet my secret lover.
No, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
It didn't crash anywhere near Madagascar.
Oh, it's just yeah.
So
So
the
here, love,
right
if
wing
you
had to
just
float
keep
all the
going
way
in
to
the middle of the
Madagascar.
ocean, I'll land the plane, right? You just leave it up to me.
We're gonna
Okay?
meet exactly these coordinates. Be there, be
Yeah,
square. Like, you know
think,
what I mean?
I think Mr.
Or
Higgins
be
has
there,
really
or
to
I'm
sort
going
that
to
out.
drown. You know,
I think, yeah.
it's simply ridiculous.
I love doing conspiracy theories.
I think
it's class.
I think at the end of the day, you have to rule out everything, and you have to just say, this was definitely a mass murder suicide by the captain.
Yeah.
The black box was turned off. All communication was turned off. You can, as I said, you can see the final ever recordings, and you can hear the captain speak. He's not shaking. He's not trembling. He's not crying or whatever. He's normal,
Yeah.
which is the real thing. Like, well, that's the the thing is, you have to ask, like, was the man a sociopath? Was, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was he just crazy? You know, or was it, like, kick my thing, or was it just something else? You know, like, threat. But even then, who's gonna threaten this middle-aged senior pilot at Malaysia Airlines?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And at the end of the day, to go through with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Surely,
and obviously we
surely
don't
at the end
know.
of the day,
At the end of the day, you are
best thing
murdering.
you would
If
do
it
is
was
call
that,
the police.
he's murdering people. You know, obviously he's dead. But
He
like,
killed the whole plane and its crew. I'll
Exactly.
tell you how many people died on it.
Welcome to question time in the DOLECAST.
239 people are dead. That's including occupants. There was 239 people on board. 12 of them were crew, and 227 of them were passengers. And they were from all about the world. There was a few Australian people, I think, and there was
200. How many? 200 more?
239, basically 240 people. But, you know, just wiped out without a trace. They are legally disappeared. They've legally disappeared, but it says fatalities 239 brackets presumed. There was people that thought that there was a black box video came out around the time of Avengers Infinity War, and I remember exactly why it was Avengers Infinity War, because I said, if aliens have decided to attack now, they've chose a really annoying time, because I was going to go watch Avengers in like 3 weeks, and I was like, you better not, you just could wait until after I've watched it, and even then I didn't know there was going to be Endgame, so you could have had to wait another year, and then I would have been fine, but genuinely, I think I would have been sweet if they had an attack after I watched Endgame, because that'd be fine.
See, I've always wondered, I've always wondered, like, see this pandemic, this is the worst sort of, like, apocalypse. Obviously, it's not an apocalypse, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know about you, I've always thought in school, like, what if zombies were, like, just to attack the school right now? Like, what would you do? This is, like, the chillest, but it's like, yeah, stay at home. Just stay home.
Yeah, I saw, I don't watch TV that much, because I'd rather just watch something like Netflix or Disney Plus, because I used to like scrolling through channels, but I don't like, wanting to find something. I want to, and well, Netflix is the same, but if you have something that's on Netflix and you want to watch it, you go watch it. TV's sort of browsing to say hopefully something's on, and hopefully you catch it from the start, and you've got ads and all that. So, but I was watching Dave, and Top Gear was on, so I was, we'll stick that on. The old Top Gear, not the new one. Did never watch the new Top Gear. And Daniel will tell you that too, and that's coming from a guy who doesn't even watch Top Gear. But you watched the Vietnam special with me, and that was
I've watched most of the specials, Specials are brilliant.
The specials are absolutely brilliant. And then there's normal episodes that are just brilliant too. But anyway, I'm losing point. I saw halfway through their ad breaks, Dave just has like stuff from Twitter, and it was like, who would have thought saving the world would count as sitting home and watching TV?
Yeah.
So that's sort of really,
it
really it's saving the world is a bit much of a overstatement, I think, but it really at the end of the day,
fair play to the NHS, like,
Oh yeah, big time.
But they are based.
Oh, you'd hate to be America's hospital system right now.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you'd be raging.
Thank goodness.
Because the whole thing about Trump saying about disinfectant, everyone wants to put this is like that. I was going to do the Trump impression, but I'm not going to, because that'll be used out of context too. We'll cut that out. Basically, the whole thing at Trump about saying disinfectant is like, say you're an American and you've got whatever your family of 4, family of 5, family of 3, and they're like, oh well, we're showing symptoms, but
Yeah.
we can't afford to go to the hospital. We physically can't afford. Trump comes out and says, dose a bunch of disinfectant and the virus is gone in a minute. And then he says he can't understand, and he said he was making a joke with the reporter about disinfecting and stuff.
Stupid. That,
And, you know, like,
stupid man.
he's just
My
completely
goodness.
misled. And do you know what? At the end of the day, he could have caused some deaths.
He probably
I
has.
haven't looked at if anyone's died from it, but he could have. You know?
Well, I doubt.
I mean,
do you want,
sorry, I'm going.
I was going to say, do you want to do questions? But yeah, keep going.
Well, I still have the Britain's Got Talent thing. If you want to talk about it.
Yes. Yeah, go for it.
No, you go for it because you were the one that said
Hold
it.
on. I'm actually going to plug my camera charger in case it dies.
Alright, we'll just
Do some Unreal. Is that us? Are we charging? We're charging. Booyakasha.
I think you can just
Okay.
naturally see over time how it's got darker outside my, because I haven't closed my curtains. And you just naturally see how it's gotten darker.
Yeah, no, Britain's Got Talent. I was watching Britain's Got Talent, not last night, but last week. And something's really starting to annoy me. It's the golden buzzers. If, you know, it's like a criminal investigation, you'll notice that each person that, you know, wins a golden buzzer, or, you know, gets golden buzzer, has had something wrong. And obviously that's heartbreaking. I'm putting that out there. Absolutely heartbreaking. But hey, you come on Britain's Got Talent, you tell your wee sob story. Hey love, you want to go to the semi-finals? This is the way to do it, you know. My dad last week goes, here, see if I walk in and just ride in, you know, in a wheelchair. I'm straight through, you know, and it's the truth. Like, if I were to walk in and, you know, with two casts on and say, yeah, unfortunately, last week it was in a motorbike accident and now I have no feeling in my hands. Booshk! Booshk! Straight in. You're going to meet the Queen, son, you know?
Oh dear.
But there was a woman on recently who was diagnosed with some illness she could have died from, and she and her daughter sang, and it wasn't great, and Simon stopped her and went, nah fam, pick another song, come back. So, wee clue for you, you weren't good enough the first time, love. And then Simon comes back, they start to sing, and she's told her wee sob story at the start, so when she comes out, the judges know.
Wait,
oh,
did she tell her sob story the second or first time?
First time, right?
Okay.
And
Because I would say if it was the second time, then that's more
you pull out
obvious.
all the stops, you know.
Yeah. Actually, when I was 3, my cat got run over.
Yeah. Last week I
You're
was
going
choosing a
through,
spar
yeah.
meal deal and pickled onion instead of prawn cocktail. Got the words mixed up. Booshk! And, you know, but this woman came out, did their second song, Amanda Holden started tearing up, and I was just like,
When is she now? When is she never? She
like-
always tears up.
I was like, here we go, folks. This is a golden buzzer. Boosh! You know, all the confetti comes down, and none of my family
You can tell by the
were
music
like,
too.
yeah, you know, George Ezra starts kicking off, you know, and it's like, oh, I smell a golden buzzer.
I think last time I watched it, it was Katy Perry. It was the big, Eye of the Tiger. That was the big
Yeah.
one. And it
I've
was
got the eye of the tunnel. The confetti comes down.
comes down.
You know,
the reaction.
the boy's dog died last week, and it's like, woohoo! You know, and but like, you know, none of my family. As soon as that golden buzzer went, none of my family showed the slightest bit of emotion. We're like, yeah, saw that coming.
Oh, I don't care. It's trash TV. Granted, it's highly produced trash TV.
Yeah,
But it's not
And
like something. And well, Love Island is highly. The production value. Well, I don't watch it, but I can tell that they put some amount of effort as in that they have people there that film it. As it, you know.
Oh, like
that's
Love
about-
Island. Love Island.
Love Island's just complete trash TV.
It's the trashiest TV, but goodness me, do I like it. Because I know.
I was forced to watch it once, and you know.
Yeah, I
who
know you are. And
But,
I must say, just the drama in it, and because it's real life. Hi, oi! You said you were talking to me, and you're just brilliant. It's what the nation needs right now.
That's what I was watching actually earlier. I was watching. I don't know why it gets recommended to me, but iconic British TV moments was recommended to me earlier. Have you seen the one on Come Dine With Me? I think it is, where he's like he's like, oh, you came fourth, and then she's like, and this girl starts comforting her, starts shaking her head, and he's like, why are you shaking your head? And she goes, well, he goes, you won, Jane, and she goes, oh, and he's like, you're just, you know, I hope you're happy. You ruined my chances of winning. You ruined my night, and I hope you're happy. And I hope you go out. You spend your prize money on a bit of emotion and a bit of character development because you need it. And he's like, now take your money and get off my property. and then it's just silence, and then it's just like, well done, Jane. It's amazing. And then you're like, Lady C having one in the jungle.
Oh.
That's simply brilliant.
Gutless creep and that's some of the best.
Brilliant.
See when the tension stops and I'm a celeb and it gets a bit salty. Everybody gets a bit salty. That is British TV.
The one thing I don't like about I'm a Celeb, and it's been like this for the past 3 years now. I don't watch the last series. Last series I watched properly was like 2 years ago. They're all happy now. Why do you want to watch happy people?
The best one was Gemma Collins going in.
Oh, but she lasted about 2 seconds in there, mate.
I can't. I've decided. I don't need this. I don't need the money. And she just dips. I was like, Lady C, like surely, Lady C is probably one of the great. Do you imagine Piers Morgan walking in that jungle?
Oh, here, yeah. Apparently, Jeremy Clarkson was offered to go on it this year.
That would have been brilliant.
That would have been simply stellar stuff. I would have watched the whole thing.
He probably
not that he needs the money. He doesn't. Yeah, over lettuce.
Oh,
not that he needs the money, but like.
And you know what's funny? Every single year, in one of those TV shows, be it Love Island or I'm a Celeb, someone just leaves for tweets halfway through.
Yeah.
Every single year.
Jack Maynard. That was the one. Jack Maynard.
Jack Maynard left. But like the best one's the old English guys who just, you know,
they don't care. They don't care. Limits.
You know, and there's one. Like Piers Morgan and that, like Lady C as well, just didn't care. Like
Piers Morgan, also another person that doesn't need the money but would go on it just to cause controversy.
Yeah, and he'd probably get lit up for it, but it would be the best.
He's always getting lit up for it, but he doesn't care.
Yeah, and
ITV will never fire him because he brings them views. And
he is a bit rude sometimes. Like he will cut. I don't like it when he cuts Susanna Reid off. You know.
I don't agree with everything he says. I couldn't even think of a few things that I agree with, but every now and then I'm like, you know what, fair play to you. Like
fair play to you. You just speak your man. You're a beast. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some times where I'm like, you know what, he's got a point, but there's other times I'm like, why's up? You know, seriously.
Yeah. Oh.
You know. Yeah.
But yeah, Britain's Got Talent. You know, like, see, do you reckon if you and me, say we stole a wheelchair,
right.
And we went.
And you put an eye patch on.
Yeah. I put two eye patches on.
You have a limp.
Eye patches. I have a limp. I'm in a wheelchair, but I'm in a limp. I've got a limp as well.
No, I'll have a limp then if I'm
full body cast on, right?
Yeah. Like the mummy.
You simply roll me out, and we don't even have to say a word to Simon Cowell. Just go boosh, and it's all the confetti. Like I walk out in a full body cast, it's game over for the other contestants. It's game over. It's I'm sure here. You may as well stop because what are you gonna do? Buzz someone that's in a full body cast?
No, you can't say no to that. Like, you can't. Even like you could just like. You wouldn't even need to tell them what you were going to do for them, like sing or whatever, or dance, because you'd just be pushed into the semi-finals.
Or like a walk out with a dress and some lipstick on, and start and put on a wee bit of a high pitched voice. What are they going to do? Buzz me off? Of course not.
Yeah.
It's hey, you know what? You've won the show, boosh, and all the judges are furious, but the confetti's coming down. George Ezra, I'll be riding shotgun.
You know what? If you came out like that, David Williams would buzz you to be fair.
What'd you say?
If you came out like that, David Williams would buzz you to be fair.
Yeah.
He'd just buzz you anyway. He'd be happy. Who was your woman he buzzed? Lorraine something?
No, to be fair,
Lorraine Bowen. That is simply brilliant stuff.
The Crumble song.
The Crumble woman.
That is some of the best British TV. Everybody's good at cooking something.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I'm good at cooking crumble. That is brilliant.
And she got put out instantly.
Yeah, then she went to the semi-finals and she did this weird sci-fi
space thing, wasn't it?
And David Williams was just like, yeah, I've made a fatal mistake here. But that's the thing. Like,
I've made a severe lack
your
of
man
judgment.
Your man X from remember last year.
Was he a magician?
A magician. But basically what happened was he'd been put out the year before, and he came back with a mask on, made it all the way to the finals, and then in the final he revealed who he was, and everybody was like shell-shocked, and then this little kid...
Wait, was his plan to get put out the year before?
No, he'd been put out, but then he decided to come back, and
As
then
this
the big
ex-person?
showstopper was that he was, because he made it to the semis the year before, came back, made it to the finals, and then revealed himself, and everyone was like, well, that's mental.
See, to
But
be
then
fair, I'd
some
say if you
kid
did
that
that, you
broke
talk
their
to the
arm.
producers, you can get through. You know what I mean? They always
Yeah.
say we took the audience votes. You've taken the audience's money.
It's whatever
haven't
gives
taken
you the
their
most
votes.
hit views.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know? If
Whatever
I went
the-
on
whatever
and was
the
like,
title could be
I'm
on
going to
YouTube.
stab Simon Cowell, but he's going to be okay, they'd be like, here, that's good British television.
No,
Well,
and then,
what
and
does
then
my-
the title in the whatever news would be, act stabs Simon Cowell on stage on Britain's Got Talent.
Northern Irish boy does Simon's kneecaps in on stage.
Nice.
You know, but like, singers do my head in as well. That's what the X
Oh,
Factor
go to
is for.
X Factor, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what you always find? I don't watch X Factor as well, but you always, when I watched it like ages ago, five years ago, you'd see like guys come on and be like, "Oh, you were on Britain's Got Talent, weren't you?" And Simon's like, "Oh yeah, well you're good. Just do a sweet song and away you go." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he's like, "Oh, I told you to come here. Why didn't you come here in the first place, mate?" It's literally for singing.
There's one
know?
like David Williams told a boy, you need to go get singing lessons, came back the next year, boosh, go and buzzed. It's all the wow factor of, look at this kid now,
Oh,
you
the
know?
redemption story thing. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
It's
Yeah.
all one big story.
And that could all
whereas,
be scripted. You'll never know.
yeah,
You know?
at one time, you know, like Pudsey the flipping dog was very good. You can,
To be
you
fair,
can,
Was
fair
Pudsey,
play
I
to you.
remember Pudsey being good. Was he not?
I can't remember, but anything, you know, it's not you're not the talent.
Oh, do you remember
dog-
your woman? Do you remember your woman that won it 1 year with the dog as well? But then,
But it was a scandal or something.
so she used two things as a tactic to win. First, she used a duplicate of her dog. Essentially, she Minecraft duplication glitched it, right?
That's scumbag.
And her dog. So basically, her dog walked into a shed or whatever, heads in the shed, and then it came out on top
Looked like a cream
on a
Looked
tightrope.
like a cream cake.
On a tightrope, but it wasn't the same dog. And then the dog went round, and it came out the same way, and it was like, oh. And then at the very end of it, a dog with 3 legs came out hopping. You know.
Shut up.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry, but it's just so it's pathetic that you
It's
have to
pathetic
use that
that really good
to get
magicians
the
come on.
sympathy votes. You know, when someone who's actually really talented. You know. That's another.
Oh
that
no,
annoyed me.
that's what it was. There was a golden buzzer the other week, right? And these people, complete rare ones, these people had to come, like, so every year this husband and wife go dress up as Disney characters, like complete losers, go dress up as Disney characters and dance to the song on the stage, right? And they did Beauty and the Beast, they did another one, was it Snow White? And
They've been
kept
doing it so
getting
long that
buzzed
they have
off.
to wait until new Disney films come out because they've done
Yeah,
everything.
buzzed off. And then this year they did Little Mermaid. And this was their 3rd year doing it. And, you know, then they got golden buzzers.
Oh,
For,
serious?
yeah. 'cause
Was it
was
good?
Like, no, I was shocked. It was rubbish. They didn't
What was the
deserve it.
reasoning for a golden buzzer then?
It was more the fact the golden buzzer was like, you know, they you know, they did it last year, they got buzzed off, they did it this year, they did it 2 years ago, buzzed off, last year buzzed off, this year they've come back, and wow, boosh, you know, it wasn't a talent. I could dress up as Ariel, you could dress up as a crab.
I think it's the scunder on yourself factor.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
complete
throwing your
scunder on
dignity down the
yourself.
drain.
And why they
And
got
then you'd be fine with
golden buzzard is beyond me, like,
Yeah.
you know. Do you want to do questions?
I think that was a good enough segment. I think we're about 50 odd minutes in, so
Lovely.
cracker
Sweet.
stuff. Right, read the questions. I don't have
We've
any.
only got a few questions, but we've got loads of questions, but they're all from the same person, or 2 people. So, Ben Lonsdale says, dream guess, celebrity-wise. What about you first?
So this is a dream guest, as in not even for this podcast, but for someone who I'd like to just talk to and record it forever. Probably would be Steve Carell or Mark Hamill, genuinely.
Yeah.
Because
Mark
they're
Hamill.
both genuine guys, you know.
Yeah.
And I know Mark Hamill's had relatively more fame than Steve Carell, and I think even Steve Carell would be like, yeah, fair play. But Mark Hamill seemed like he's somehow managed
He's
to
so
seem
genuine.
so genuine.
I love Steve Carell in this podcast. That would
Imagine
be
that.
unreal.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I wouldn't even be like, oh, we'll talk about, you'd want to know more, because I'm interested in stuff he does, because he always talks about, like, pranks he does on his kids and stuff, and, like, that's funny to me. Like, I want to know about that as well. I wouldn't want to just be like, oh, tell us everything you've already told someone 100. That's the one thing. Because you could be like, oh, I'd have Robert Downey Jr. on the podcast. I'm sure you would, mate. And what would you ask him? That's what I think I said to you the other night. What could you ask Robert Downey Jr. that he hasn't already been asked 1,000 times already? You know what I mean? Or such a famous icon, like, that they haven't already been asked. You know?
Well, what I'd love that. Do you know
Never
who
meet
seems
your
really
heroes.
genuine?
That's the thing.
Do you know who seems really genuine? Hugh Jackman. Really.
Hugh Jackman's a good guy. I like Hugh Jackman.
I'd love to have him on. Again, it would be really daunting having him on, you know. But
Because
even
I'd be
stuff
afraid
like
halfway
this.
through he just picks me up and stabs me with his Wolverine claws, like, you know. Yeah. And then and then he immediately like that breaks into song and dance.
And like,
starts
singing.
It's amazing how he can do both. The man is so talented. Like, it's simply brilliant how he can do both. I did never watch The Greatest Showman, never will, and I hate everything to do with it. But
I have watched The Greatest Showman. I did think it was quite good the first time I watched it, but it was in citizenship in school.
Oh.
So
do you know what? It's probably a very good movie. The songs are probably very good. I like Hugh Jackman. I like all the actors involved with it. But it's the factor of how many times I've heard it without seeing it, and it just gets to the point where it's just another overplayed song that I don't care about. You know. I feel like that puts me off watching it.
Yeah. What I love that talk. Steve Carell. I'd love to have Steve Carell on this podcast, but I wouldn't. Because
anyway,
I'd
Steve
like
Carell
to
gets on this podcast is that if, like, we threaten someone or we pay him a couple £100. Right, Steve. This is it. I'm Daniel Houston. All right.
Yeah, they call me the Dole Man. But like, I love to even talk about stuff like that, Britain's Got Talent or conspiracy theories with them.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a nice change of pace. You know, instead of just laughing. You know, heads in the shed. You know.
Heads in the shed. NRS, heads in the shed. I'm never going to use that, but that's very good if I did talk like that.
Ben Lonsdale then says, dream guest, which you know personally. I always, right, I don't know him personally.
I'm going to walk away.
But Shane Todd, I don't know him really personally, but he knows who I am, and I know who he is. I wouldn't...
You're pretty much on an in-depth, intimate level with them.
I don't have his phone number, but if I saw him on the street, I'd be like, here, Shane, mate, and he'd be like, Daniel? And I'd be like, we'd do a handshake, sort of thing. So, that probably, he'd probably be the comedian I'd be most friendly with. Not that we're mates, not that we're good mates, but out of all the ones that I've spoken to, he'd probably be the one I've chatted to the most.
I'd probably love to get a teacher on the podcast. I'm not going to say whatever teacher, but
I know
feel
exactly
like
what teacher I'd love to get on the podcast.
And I think we probably could.
Dobby.
Okay, mate. Alright. I didn't understand the reference, and then I got it, but nobody else is going to understand, so let's move past inside jokes, shall we?
Yeah, no, I'd love.
A teacher or someone who's just like, do you know what? If you have a lot of interesting stories, I'd love to talk to them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Someone that just has lived life. I'd love to get my grand on the podcast one day. I'd love to get. That's not a bad shout.
Getting your grand
Get
on?
my grand on the podcast because I'm
it.
sure grand does have loads of stories.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'd do it.
That would.
Or
be
you could just do it with your grand if you want, but I'd do it like.
That would be. Get him on the
Your grand knows me, doesn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
If it's the
You
grand
should.
I'm thinking of.
I've only got one, so yeah.
Well,
I hope it's that one.
Must be that.
But yeah, I'd love to have my grand on, or one of the Northern Irish community, because I'm sure they have loads of stories as well from gigs and stuff. Next question from Ben Lonsdale is, who's the funniest man in Northern Ireland? Hey, I know you asked this because you're talking to him right now.
He's here right now, and it's I was going to say me, but
it's Daniel Houston.
No.
Booyah! No,
far from it.
Hey, bro. If funniest man in Northern Ireland,
Funniest man in Wales is bootlegger, but we'll say nothing.
Is he from Wales?
I think he's Welsh, yeah.
Wow. But, you know...
I just got a notification that he posted a video on TikTok, so I was like, alright.
Come on! Does he have an actual TikTok account?
No, it's all fan accounts.
Yeah.
He's got a Twitter and a YouTube.
Oh, right.
So.
But the funniest man in Northern Ireland, probably someone like Colin Geddes.
Colin Geddes, he has some good stuff. Do you know what? The funniest thing for me from comedians from here is sketches. You know,
Barry the
stand-up can be hit or miss, but there's some cracker. And I find it's the older videos as well. Yeah. It's the older stuff that it's just funny. It's good stuff.
And
I'm not saying
like
the stand-up whatever's bad, but
very rarely he was talking about Elon Musk's baby on his podcast last night.
XAE-12 or something?
Yeah, so it's pronounced X and the A is pronounced Ash.
It's Ash, isn't it? Yeah.
So X Ash.
You know they legally can't name it that because of California laws.
Good. Why do you reckon, like, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's very good. He was like, how do you pronounce that? Is it Siobhan? And for whatever reason, I was wetting myself. And, you know, sometimes they will scream or make sound effects in the podcast. And, like, there's very rarely... And, like, there's times I haven't laughed at podcasts by comedians. But, like, there's very rarely a time where I don't laugh at something he says.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what I do love? I love a good, funny podcast, but I don't like laughing in public. Or, I don't remember what it's like to be in public, but you know what I mean? When you could be on a bus and you not have to wear a mask.
Because there's sometimes...
Stay away.
There's been podcasts playing in my ear, and I've laughed out loud, and someone's like, what are you laughing at? I just went, and like Colin Geddes has just called someone the most outrageous thing.
Yeah.
Or he's doing his Greta Thunberg impression, and he's like, I want to save the world, and it's so good, and I was just like, yeah, that's so funny.
I think I actually put on, one time I was just curious, because I haven't listened to it in a while, I put on the episode we did with James, and I skipped the 23 minutes odd when Sleep came on, and it was so funny, and I was walking home.
It's actually mad how far this podcast has come as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I had rump steak that night.
I thought you were about to say you had it again tonight. Oh, I remember your rump steak. I remember. Words, please, bro. I remember. You let me try about that rump steak.
It's good stuff. It's good steak. I mean, I don't think it's as healthy. It's it's more chewier. It's a bit more pink, but
yeah,
that's very nice. I mean, I take whatever steak you give me, but as long as it's cooked well, you know.
Yeah, I had steak tonight actually for dinner. That's not me being funny.
Chicken and roasty. Oh, see roasties. God tier. Welcome back to the tier list, folks. God tier. Absolute God tier. Anyway.
Ben Longsdale's last question.
Brussels sprouts, mate. Shadow Realm. Shadow Realm.
The bottom depth.
Get down.
The bottom depth.
The Mariana Trench of the Shadow Realm.
That in fact, that wouldn't even make it on the tier list.
You'd have to mention it and then like disinfect your mouth.
They are stinking, like.
They are absolutely grim.
Just old people.
I wouldn't even have it with Christmas dinner, not even for the whole Christmas spirit of it. I just...
Oh, no. I
big time, no. No thanks.
Never play rugby again, or never do a DOLECAST again. Never play rugby. Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't really care.
Ooh.
I don't care about either.
We gonna fight over this, mate? What? What'd you say?
I don't really care about either. I could live without either or.
Oh, could you?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, you couldn't live without the DOLECAST mugs. Hit me up on Instagram, the Doleman1 for a DOLECAST mug.
Can we talk about my mug? Can we talk about my mug? Can we talk about my mug?
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to speak when I was drinking, but that's one thing you did last podcast that I watched a wee bit of. You just drank for like a good 5 seconds and then you left for 15 seconds, which was epic. Basically,
shut up.
Shush. This mug, Daniel got me this mug when he was in Florida. When 2014, 2015, would you say? No, it has to be 2015 because Rogue One came out. It's a Rogue One Star Wars mug. It's got a weird handle, but I like the handle, and you can. Yeah, that's how you sort of drink it, I suppose. Like it's like you're about to fire a gun, genuinely, but you're about to drink some tea or whatever. And I don't really drink out of coffee cups, but for the DOLECAST I sort of like, oh well, might as well, because I do it with Daniel, so like we'll try to replicate it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm drinking out of my mug you got me, mate, and you go, you mean this mug? And you pull out the exact same mug. Crazy. And it was absolutely brilliant because I haven't drunk out of it in about 3 years, and just had the same mug, so epic stuff. Anyway,
No,
we're to the
yeah,
next question.
no, yeah. So I'd probably never play rugby again because it's coming to the end of rugby anyway for me. And you?
Probably around the same for me. I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. It would be, if you had to say never act again, never do drama or never, what do you mean, never do like move an image again, I'd be like, oh, this podcast is long gone, but.
Dave Bryan says, who's
beast.
the best at Minecraft and what's the
Out of
best
us?
weapon of your... Flip me. Oh my goodness, he's asked by 3. Okay. So,
Who's better out of us?
I don't know.
Me.
Shut up.
It's me, it's always been me.
Why? Tell me why.
Daniel, I'm just so much better than you, mate.
But please, 5 reasons, go.
I've killed you so many times, you're defenseless against me.
Okay, last night I had no items on me. I ran up and I hit him with a trident. And then, with his fully enchanted diamond sword...
Which you have multiple of.
He went pew, 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 dead. Of course I'm going to die. If I survived that, I would have been a literal god.
No, I'm better at parkour on Minecraft, mate.
Well, hey, I'd love to parkour map with you, actually. It'd be very funny.
We've done one before and you were sucked at it.
I don't think we did.
Sorry, I'm better at the crafting. I'm just better at survival in general.
You said crafting. I thought of like arts and crafts. I was like, why is he talking about this?
we're better. I'm better at sewing than you, mate. Anyway, or knitting. Anyway.
And what's the best weapon or weapon of your choice? So
I used to really like bows in Minecraft. I don't really use bows anymore.
I really like a trident. A trident with channeling.
The trident with channeling.
People aren't gonna have a clue. People are not gonna have a clue. But
no.
yeah.
For the people that understand the Minecraft and the fair play to you.
Good old fashioned diamond sword is nice.
But when they add netherite to it, that's it over, mate. That's your diamond sword over.
Lovely. But yeah.
It says end of an era. Sad stuff. Anyway, next question.
That's not the question. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Simply brilliant. I've got a question for you. Can we end this?
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Well,
okay, sweet. That's the end of the podcast.
Send us off.
Philip me like
heads in
yeah,
the shed on our
the DOLECAST. It's by my time. You're a scumbag. By my time, it's an hour and 10 minutes. Hopefully, we'll get my grand on the next podcast.
I'd love that. If you could. Wait, how would we get him on Zoom or what?
It's probably Zoom. I'd maybe text my good buddy Shane and ask if they do it in Zoom, and I'd ask how they do it.
Alright.
Because
Don't get
that would be fairly unreal, Yeah. But he'd have a lot of interest. That would be brilliant. That would be unreal. We'd just call that episode My Granda. And
Daniel's
you would click on it. You would click on it, not knowing who's Granda. And it would be a wee pick and mix of who's who.
Well, so, 50-50 chance, like it's not gonna be. Or it could just be.
And if you click on you're hoping for Aaron's Granda, you flip you get Daniel's. And you just click off.
Yeah.
What did Ivan ever do to you? Ivan, right. But yeah, this has been the DOLECAST. If you missed episode 10...
I thought you were going to say if you missed Aaron, he's back. And I was like, well...
If you missed Aaron, he's back. But not for long. And
yeah.
I'll leave the audience to discover what that means.
We'll let them wonder, eh?
But yeah, this has been the DOLECAST. And
Sure.
we'll see you later. Goodbye.
I will see you later.